Welcome back to another episode of Rob Sports Center, man. If you are an old school basketball fan, then you are on the right channel. If you are a new school basketball fan, then you're on the right channel. If you are a sports fan, period, you're on the right channel. But for this video, more specifically, if you are a Larry Bird fan, you're on the right channel. So you know from the previous videos, I told you guys that, man, I'm gonna start dropping videos. I'm just gonna start putting content out there for you guys. And like I said, I've seen that you guys been liking these little videos from me finding clips from interviews to watch. And I've been enjoying making them too because it's a different side. It's different from what I normally, the different type of content I would make in terms of actual game highlights. But the title of this video is Larry Bird versus Jayson Tatum, more alike than boomers. Now, I'm assuming it's going to be some third comparisons or whatever the case may be. Obviously, we know Jayson Tatum is not Larry Bird, but I'm just curious to see what the context of this video is. But before we get into this video, man, do me, yourself, and Bob a big favor, man, and smash that thumbs up button. And y'all know how we do over here, man. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death. Let's get into that action. Just 1 second. If you guys have been enjoying my videos, if you guys have been loving my content I've been putting out and you wanted to support, this is how you would do it. So you would scroll over to where you see the $ thanks. When you click on the $ thanks, it's going to give you like 4 different options. It's going to give you some preset options, but you can also go to more and give whatever you're willing to give. There's no certain amount. Anything is appreciated. I just really appreciate you guys for supporting me. Thanks. Now back to the video. I be trying not to talk y'all to death. Sometimes I still do.
I'll address that in a minute, but now you were there, so you didn't see Jayson Tatum's interview right after meeting Bird. Dude, I was getting the chills because, man, he went to, did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
He went to the mic right afterwards and he was like, they were like, are you ready to put on a show? He's like, all I know is I just met Larry Bird for the very first time, so like, I'm so anxious, and like you could see how excited he was.
That's one of the great things about Tatum is that reverence he has for the guys who came before him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I will.
And I mean, for Tatum to go to Taylor.
Just to pause that a split second, I will say that that's one thing I do admire about Tatum being a star of today's NBA. He does give respect to the legends of the game. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tatum, but he's a big Kobe fan. And then just seeing how he's speaking of Larry Bird just shows you how respectful he is of the guys who came before him. You know, so I will say that about Tatum. I do like.
I didn't meet Bird, and because that's what happened.
Yeah.
So you went to Bird that's a total Larry move. Blink, he's gone. Mm-hmm. Right? You think you want to meet the Celtics?
I wasn't even sure he was going to be at the game because he came to the event on Thursday. They had a big opening ceremony, and Bird came out, and it was like, whoa. So he was the big legend of the week.
I mean, I think he got prepped for this. I was pretty surprised how engaged he was.
Well, we debated that a little bit. Is this the beginning of him being a more visible figure?
For the Pacers or for the league, for the game?
Just in general, because we hadn't seen him, period, for so long. I mean,
last time he was spotted in Boston, I covered the game. It was, what year did Kyrie play the Pacers? 18 or 19?
18, yeah.
Whatever that season was, he was there at the Garden. Let me tell you, when Larry Bird's in the Garden, it's like Bill Russell. It's different, though.
I think one of the things about Bird, too, bro, I think that Bird gave, him and Mike, too, that's why, I think Bird gave so much to the game when he played. He played every game up until his career was over with as if it was his last game. Like, I seen one of my subscribers was like, he played every game as if he was trying to earn a spot on the team. I seen you had quoted that. I like that. But he played every game as if it was his last game. So it's like when you give so much to it, now it's like, okay, now I'm just kind of going to chill, sit back and relax. You got to think as a player and even as a coach. I think, he coached the Pacers for 3 years. So it's like he gave so much to the game now that it's just like, okay, man, I'm just kind of kicking back now and just admiring it from a distance.
Like Bill, I think, gets people like awestruck. Whereas Larry, everybody from 10-year-old kids to 70-year-old adults or 80-year-old adults are like Larry Bird. And you saw it with Tatum. And you saw it to a degree with Brown, but really with Tatum. I mean, I looked at those two and I was like, that is really, and I might get beat up on this channel for this, but that was really, really, those two are connected. Like, I mean, Pierce, I love Paul. I love him personally. I love him as a player. But Paul Pierce wasn't Larry Bird.
Absolutely
Jayson Tatum is beating all of Bird's monumental records, but also some stupid ones that we just love.
And I get what he's saying. I'm not attacking him at all. You know what I mean? I'm not attacking him. But, like, the thing is, so, prime example, right? the video one of my videos I just reacted to, the greatest game, Larry Bird said, the greatest game he ever played, he should have quit, right? When you look at that game, and I see a lot of you guys in the comments said the same thing. If you're looking at the box score, you're like, what? How is this his best game? And he only had 20-some points when he had 60 points in this game. You have to watch the game to see exactly how much he affected the game in ways that statistically you can't really, put that on a box score. So you don't really understand the impact. And I think that's that. Like, we're looking at Tatum in terms of the scoring, and he might be, breaking these. I don't know what it is that they saying he's breaking. I'm guessing like different records that Bird held as a Celtic, that Tatum is probably breaking. And kudos to Tatum. Tatum is a phenomenal player, but it's like, it's a level of, it's the approach and the mentality that Bird brought to the game that guys like Tatum, unfortunately, I mean, they just can't match that, in my opinion.
Loves to pull these records out.
Many points by this
Right, yeah. Silly stuff, but still, it's something. And I'm thinking to myself, what were they thinking to themselves, right, at that moment? And I'm watching it, and I rewound it 3 or 4 times, and I realized, I'm a big body language guy. Tatum's going to continue the conversation with Larry, and Larry does one of these. He kind of pulls him over to the camera, like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Not that Larry's arrogant. I think he's just had enough. That's him.
He's exhausted.
I think Larry Bird, depending on how much he gets re-involved with Indiana, would be very, very mentorish to Tatum if Tatum reached out. So the other side of that is, and this is our Instagram, our Twitter, our YouTube. I'm going to ask you this. I don't know if it's an old head thing or a young thing. Why are fans mad at Jalen and Jayson because Larry Bird's a hermit? Like, to me, I was so excited to hear that was Tatum's first time meeting Bird, and I understand the circumstances. Why do fans of Boston say, shame on them? Shame, how can they not? There's only 2 people to blame for that. Celtics and Larry Bird. Larry Bird's going to say, yeah, I just don't want to leave my house, right? And that's that. The Celtics could arrange for it to happen. Hey, NBA history fans, quick time. Let's talk.
I don't understand the significance in Bird having to meet them. I mean, at the end of the day, what does that have to do with anything? I mean, I don't see a big must with Bird having to come meet them. You know what I mean? I don't see that. And my thing is, this is like game recognized game, right? So if Bird is looking at it, and I'm not saying that's what he's thinking, but he's looking at it, okay, this is how I approach the game and this is how I played the game. And these guys don't have that same level of dedication to it. So I mean, no disrespect to them, but I just don't really care to go out of my way to try to meet these guys when they don't have the same love that I had for the game, have for the game. So let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section. But as you guys can see, that is it for this video, man. If you did enjoy this video, do me, yourself, and Bob a big favor once again and smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe. When you subscribe, click that post notification bell. That way you be notified on all things Rob Sports Center. Because just like I say in every single outro, like the GOAT Drizzy Drake say, man, I'm coming back to back with these videos. I'll see y'all in the next video. We out this thing.